Hey guys, Barrett here from Pickleball Kitchen. Today we're talking about a very unique shot in pickleball, but one that can really mess people up very easily and understandably so. It's the backhand third shot drop, but we're doing the Rolls Royce of backhand drops. We're going cross court with spin. So let's get started. What we're going to get started with here is actually the grip. So when we're doing this shot, it's really important to have spin on it, because when you're doing a backhand third shot drop like this, the paddle is going to be a little bit more open like this, okay? And because of that, the ball is going to launch into the air a little bit more than usual. Really important to have that continental grip. Make sure that you've got the V in your hand and it's pointing directly towards your chin. It's really, really important. And if you, as a right-hander, want to rotate even further to the left, hey, nothing wrong with that. Just don't do any kind of Eastern stuff where you're rotating to the right at all. That's not the right grip for this kind of shot. The key to a backhand third shot drop, again, we're going cross court here, it's to let the paddle do most of the work. These types of shots typically go a little bit higher. They explode off the paddle and we want to land them softly in the corner of the kitchen. Easier said than done, but with a little bit of practice, you can really get used to it. The first thing that we want to do once we have the grip set is we want to get the footwork in position. This shot is pretty difficult to do if we're just standing straight forward like this with our feet pointed forward. It's very difficult to do because our chest gets in the way and we can't get our paddle back properly. So what we want to do is turn just a smidge, and what you can think about here is turning your foot and pointing it directly towards the side. That's a really great place to start when it comes to this kind of shot. What's even better is if you turn completely like this and then push your paddle through. It's all about the pendulum. The pendulum motion is how you get good at this. So you take your paddle back, a little bit of a hinged wrist is fine, and then when you push forward, it's going to be a pendulum motion. What will probably happen, and what you'll see from me, is you'll kind of come across like this. That's okay, nothing wrong with that, but just really focus on the pendulum motion coming through the shot. One cool little visual that you can do here is that when you do come through, you can balance a glass of water on top of your paddle. See that? See how I'm balancing a glass of water at the very end here? That'll give you a nice little visual. So all together, we're watching for the ball, watching for it, turn, and then push through. What's going to happen when you start practicing this for the first time, you are going to launch balls up into the air. That is just how it works. But if you do it this way, do it nice and slow, nice and smooth, you will naturally get a nice soft shot that has tons of spin. Okay, enough chit chat. Let me show you what it looks like here. Okay, so what I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna show it to you from this angle first, and then I'm going to show you how the ball performs. Don't worry, I'll show you. I just want to show you the technique real quick. So here we are, got the continental grip, turn, push through like that. Perfect. That landed super softly, bounced real low because of the spin. Again, turn, and then come through. Again, you're going to probably like splay out like this. I think that's okay. We want to make sure that we don't do that too early though, like this, right? Really want to make sure that we're still kind of hitting the ball out in front of us just a wee bit. Cool. And you may kind of like jab at it. That's okay. Nice. And again, ball went quite high, but it still lands softly. And we're doing all of these cross court. Okay, let me show you the good stuff now. Okay, so watch it from this angle now. Notice how I'm really not swinging through very hard. Sometimes these will land a little bit deep. That's generally okay. You definitely want to avoid a lefty on this side though. Definitely want to be hitting the backhands with this shot. The really cool thing too is that because it's cross court, these tend to bounce out a little bit, and sometimes people just don't know what to do. Oh, brutal, brutal. Now, When it comes to hitting the ball a little bit lower like that, as you saw, there's a little bit lower trajectory. Again, just try to rotate that grip to the left a little bit and try to get your knuckles pointing down a little bit more, and that'll help to get the paddle a little bit flatter. Okay, so check it out from this angle now. You can really see how it functions. Notice that cross-court angle there. Oh. Over the last year, I've been working on PK Academy. It's my online premium video service. If you want to really improve your game, you need to go check that out. Imagine one of my YouTube videos, but to a much more extreme degree in terms of detail and instruction. Drawing over the screen, doing slow-mo video, all sorts of stuff. The improvement that I've seen out of my students is just out of this world. In fact, I guarantee you Linda can probably vouch for that as well. It's really something else. Go check it out. pickleballkitchen.com/membership. Now, as you've probably been noticing, you've been watching me do this, and you can tell that I'm again kind of splaying out like this, and you can see me kind of jab the ball. That is a personal thing that I do because that's just kind of what I'm used to. It helps me to not hit the ball too hard. I think, again, like the number one mistake that people make a lot is they just hit the ball way too hard, or they swing, they come way too far back on their backswing. You don't really have to hit the ball very hard. Again, the face is going to be open and it's going to really launch that ball up into the air. So just watch me do this shot here. So again, you know, I just give it a little push through like that. But you know, the swing is very short. It's very abbreviated. Like that, and these are perfect shots right in the corner of the kitchen. If you're having trouble aiming this shot, what you want to do is pretend like there's a yardstick that's bumping up against your toes here, and that yardstick is aiming to where you want to go. So when the ball's coming over, I'm going to turn that yardstick and then just swing through as normal, and that really helps to aim these properly. Oh my gosh, I love it. You don't have to be weak with your backhand thirds. You don't have to do it, guys. You don't have to be that way. The shot is very simple. It just takes a little bit of practice and you have to get used to it. Let the paddle do the work for you. That's what it's here for. That's why we pay $150 to get these things, okay? Put it to use a little bit. Don't swing too hard. Turn that body, turn, come through. Amazing. These are painting the corner. And what happens strategically is when you go cross like this, especially with this kind of shot, is first of all, most people aren't expecting that. Second of all, it bounces out and away from them. So if we look at it from this perspective, the ball's coming cross to my backhand here. It's bouncing a little bit before me, but then it bounces out and away. So now I'm all the way back here all of a sudden, and that can give you a really easy setup. But also because of the spin, the ball bounces a little bit lower, and then what are they going to do with that, right? They can't drive it. They can't do anything with it. That's why this shot is so powerful. You can go straight away if you want to, but this shot just very easily lends itself to a cross-court third. Guys, I hope that was helpful. Head on over to pickleballkitchen.com. Got a bunch more stuff on there. Thanks for joining me. I'll see you next time.